because the crown instantly grabs onto the threads inside the crown tube. You don't have to, wiggle it back and forth and try and catch the threads. It kind of just, it grips on, and then one more turn, full turn, and then you're locked in, and you notice when it's locked in. It's very, very solid. Easy to grab because of the coin edge. The screw down case back features the same Great Wave of Kanagawa, I believe. Same Great Wave that we've come to know and love on pretty much all Seiko divers. It says Air Divers 200. Reminds you that it's a Seiko. It's got Made in Japan back there. Let me try and stop making you guys dizzy. If I could. Made in Japan. There it is. A couple scratches, like I said. Another Prospex X back there with the serial number. 6R15 movement. And I think, again, it tells you stainless steel there, yeah. There's actually a cool website, a couple of them actually, that you can look up what month and year your watch was made for Seiko. Wow, really unfocused. There we go. The right there, that model number will tell you, the 860087. So this one was made in June of 2018. 6 being the month, 8 being the last digit in the year, so 6/18. So pretty cool just to, know that and be able to check out when it was manufactured. I'm going to put a link in the description. You heard me just drop this watch like I don't care about it, but I actually really do. The bracelet is a welcomed upgrade from other Seiko offerings in the Prospex line and Seiko watches in general. It's a 3-link oyster-style bracelet. Features solid links, solid end links. I think you got a glimpse of it before. Solid end links. Fat Seiko spring bars, of course. That obnoxious noise is the landscapers cutting the bushes and the grass around the condos here where I live. So sorry about that. I think that's what actually woke my son up, so there's that. Alright, the bracelet is also covered in the Dia shield, just like the case. It almost gives it it almost looks titanium. It's like a darker gray. It's not shiny. Let me see if I can put it next to the 013. You can see the 013 bracelet is a lot more silver, steel looking, and the Dia shield bracelet on the 077, SPB077, is like a dark gray. Almost like titanium or like a tungsten color. Very nice. I like it. Pin and collar system to adjust the links, which is a little bit annoying because I really don't like pins and collars, but I think it's more secure than just straight push pins or the friction pins. What are the other ones? I don't know what they're called. Those weird ones that some Seikos have and other watches have. Obviously, I prefer screw links, but this is what you get, and I don't mind it at all. Milled clasp, as you can see, solid engineering on that. Little Seiko brand on this clasp. It's got 4 micro adjust, which isn't bad at all. A lot of divers don't have too much micro adjust. You just got to work with the links. This one does. It's a 3-fold clasp, so you fold it over, click it in nice and solid, and then you click that in. To deploy, you lift it up, lift the little lip up, push the buttons together, open it up, and that's how you get it on. It's also got a diver's extension right there. I'm sure you know how to use one of those. I think they're handy if you're a diver and you're gonna, put it over a wetsuit like you're supposed to. But for me, I usually do that if I only employ it or take it off if I'm trying to, impress my kids or, show my friend if he's got a really huge arm. Then I'll undo it and I'll, give myself another, 1/2 inch, 3/4 of an inch of wrist size so someone else can try it on. but I don't do any diving at all. My only complaint about this watch is the protruding end link, as you can see. So the lugs end here, and the end link goes about another 1.5, maybe 2 mil past the lugs. So to reduce the lug to lug, just so it wears a little bit better, I mean, I think they could have gave this the, not the Mr., but the Mrs. End link, so it would be inverted here, and then the first link of the bracelet would actually fit into this end link, and that would make it be a little more comfortable. And then obviously the weight. I didn't weigh this. I will get my scale and weigh it eventually, but I didn't do that. But it's definitely considerable. It's heavier than a turtle. It's about the same weight as a samurai on a strap code bracelet, and I've had a samurai on a strap code hexad bracelet, the oyster hexad, and that thing was heavy. That's actually why I downsized to this. So this is probably similar to that, but a little bit lighter, but still pretty heavy. So yeah, my only two complaints: a little bit too heavy and a little bit too long. I'm gonna put it on my wrist now. Sorry for the black screen. There we go. That's how it wears. That's where most of my watches end up going down, close to the almost close to the hand, back of the hand. That's it. Little wrist roll. Very, very, very comfortable. It doesn't look too big on me, I don't think. 7 1/4, like I said. That's me resting. Most angles you can see. Very legible still. If I'm focused, you can see easy. I think it sits great, fits well. It doesn't dig into the back. I'm really flexing my hand back, and it's not hurting me at all. It's not like annoying. If the crown was here over at 3 by the date, definitely would probably not buy this watch. But I'm pushing down, like if I was gonna do a push-up. I'm in that position, and the crown is not. Oh, lift a little dent, but it's not painful. I promise you. It's very comfortable. So let's speak about the movement. This guy's got the 6R15 by Seiko, which hacks and hand winds. It operates on 23 joules. Date function, date complication. Let me get that little hair off. So it's got approximately 50 hours of power reserve. It's got a build accuracy on Seiko's website of +25 to -15 seconds. That's the range that they give this 6R15, which is already a pretty superb range to fall into. Stock range out of the gate, +25 to -15. So what's that? A 40-second difference, variation possibly. If you're into automatic watches, accuracy is not usually the main concern. It's usually for the craft and the watchmaking and the the history of it and the craftsmanship pretty much it takes to put an automatic together, and then also the sweeping seconds hands. Who doesn't love that? But accuracy is not an automatic strong suit. But anyway, this one, mine, I got lucky enough. From what I've measured, I don't have a time grapher. I don't have any apps on my phone. I might get an app, but just for me, checking and writing down the time and going through for a couple weeks, I'm losing between 3 and 5 seconds a day, which is outstanding. I'm absolutely over the moon with that. I don't think it's something to be, pissed about that I'm losing 5 seconds a day. And I'm one of those people that will set my watch every day, and if I miss a day, 2 days, and I'll reset it exactly to NIST, which is the National Institute of Standards and Time. It's something like that. Pretty much you go on time.gov and you can align your watch. That's what I do, perfectly with the atomic clock in your time zone or in your region of the world. I do that every day or so at work or before I head out of the door, and I have an app on my phone for that. I like it to start off the day with it accurate and then see how far I've gotten off. The Loom, which is the last thing I'm going to do, is outstanding. Absolutely outstanding. I've had samurais and monsters, and those were the kings of the throne. They had the throne absolutely untouched in terms of Loom. But this guy came in and blew the samurai away and gave the monster... No, he pretty much worked over the monster too. It's just so heavily applied with tons of Lumibrite. Those indices, the circles are a little bit bigger. The 12, the double, I don't know what we're going to call those. Almost arrows, just like the 6 and the 9. Polygons. Those are huge, full of Loom. Let me, where can I go to show you? My bathroom downstairs here has a window in it, so that's not going to be super dark. But if I go into this closet with all my toilet paper, you can see it's already starting to activate. Very nice Loom. That's with the light on in the kitchen, door open, and a pretty big bathroom light in here. Very, very legible. The back end of that second hand also has a little bit. The Loom pip has some. Back to the kitchen. So in closing, final thoughts here. I think this is an excellent value of a watch if you can get it for a good price. I would not spend sticker price or close to that. I would not spend $1,000. I wouldn't spend $900 or $800 on this watch. Just because it's not completely perfect for me. It's not a Goldilocks for me. Just because of the little bit, like I mentioned, the size of the lug length, lug to lug, and with the protruding end link, and also the weight. If this was 2 or 3 mils shorter in lug to lug, and maybe 10 grams lighter, it would be my absolute, all-time favorite, and I would probably not have any other watches in my collection besides a G-Shock. Because everybody needs a G-Shock. Yeah, beautiful watch. My daily. It's my baby. I, change it up on straps. I'll probably do a video with some straps. I'm gonna start to do watch reviews of everything in my collection. I'm probably gonna get some watches in, borrowed, or my friends or family that want to lend me one to review, or anything I think is cool on eBay or something. I'll pick one up, try to review it quick, and then I'll send it back without, obviously keeping it long enough to mess it up. So this is my first crack at it, like I said. Don't be afraid to buy used. That's something I believe in. I'm not one of those people that thinks, the watch is for one man only or one woman only, or, this watch. It came from somebody that, it had a story with, and now its story is with me. And if I ever end up selling it, it has, that history of 2 previous owners. It's got a little bit of scratches. It's got a little bit of, history. I think that's cool. I don't mind buying used from someone else, especially in this condition. It was great when I got it. I messed it up a little bit more, but, this is staying forever. I love this watch. It fits a variety of wrists. I think you could be 6 1/2, 6 3/4 and still rock this. If you don't mind the heft, the weight of it. It's definitely a big upgrade over previous Seiko Prospex models. With the 6R15, Sapphire, solid end links. It's just the Dia Shield. It's a big upgrade. It's a strap monster. I don't really wear divers on leather, not because of the cliche. I just don't like how it looks. I think leather's a little too... Unless it's a thick leather, then I like it. But I think leather's a little too thin and a little too dainty looking for a diver, because they're just so, tooly and big and, massive looking. Yeah, they're a little bit big. But I love it on nados. I love it on rubber straps. I have an Uncle Seiko waffle. I have a Tropic rubber. It does the job for me every day, day in and day out. I haven't taken it to the beach or in the pool just because I don't want to get too comfortable beating it. I have Turtles for that. I have the 013 for that. I have, Casios for that. Yeah, so my final thought is excellent value. Don't be afraid to buy used. And this watch it makes a really strong argument to be a one-watch collection, or at least an everyday watch. Office wear, casual work wear, taking care of 3 kids during coronavirus lockdown, in the house all day wear. Yeah, should probably go pick up the baby and change his diaper and start feeding him. I appreciate you guys for sticking around long enough. Hopefully this wasn't too much of a bore. Hopefully I gave you some good shots, some good info. And this is pretty much the same system or flow or formula, I guess I'm going to use for the, coming in reviews. I'll do a little bit of background on the piece. I'll get into price, size, dimensions, talk about the specs and the features and complications and all that. And then I'll close with some final thoughts. So yeah, this is Jordan's Watch Chronicles, I think we're going with. And I will leave my Instagram name on YouTube, on the description below, so you can maybe follow me on Instagram, check out some wrist shots, some of my other thoughts on the rest of my collection, and eventually you'll get to know my collection and hopefully me a little better. My name's Jordan, by the way, and so this is me signing off on my first watch review. Thank you so much.